Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dave Russell. Well, U.S. sales of ag tractors dropped by 19% in September of this year compared to September 2023. New data from the Association of Equipment Manufacturers says combine sales also fell during the month, dropping 41% compared to last year. The 100-plus horsepower tractor segment fell the most from last year, dropping almost 27% in September. Four-wheel drive tractors were the segment's only gain, selling 1.7% more year-to-date from January through September. Sales of ag tractors in Canada also dropped in September, finishing the month 25% behind the total sales in September last year. Combine sales in Canada fell 52% compared to last year. The U.S. continues to import more food and agricultural products from other countries.
While the dollar value of U.S. food and ag exports is falling,
the import value has increased steadily over time and continues to do so.
Agriculture Department economist Bart Kenner says U.S. ag exports are running about 3% below last year at this time, while the value of foreign agricultural products coming into the U.S. is up by 5%. Several good reasons for those growing imports.
Great purchasing power by the U.S. consumer and growing demand for products that are produced elsewhere, year-round produce, specialized high-value products, distilled spirits, fancy cheeses and wines and what have you.
Kenner says the surge in imports and the reduction of exports is creating an ag trade deficit, though, of over $27 billion and growing. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
The National 4-H program has launched Beyond Ready, a nationwide initiative designed to empower 10 million young people with the skills, resilience, and confidence they need to thrive in a changing world. To meet their goals, 4-H outlined multiple key initiatives to drive the Beyond Ready campaign, including partnerships with land-grant universities to provide more college credit and credentialing programs. 4-H will also invest in educators by expanding positive youth development training opportunities, as well as mobilizing the 4-H network to accelerate impact by leveraging key partnerships with government agencies and universities. A recently released USDA interim report provides insight into competitive conditions within the meat retail industry.
Part of a recent announcement of USDA efforts to promote fair and competitive markets for ag producers while lowering prices for consumers, an interim report studying competitive conditions in the meat retail industry. USDA Senior Advisor Andy Green says 1,600 public comments combined with interviews with industry stakeholders resulted in study findings, including
the market has gotten much more concentrated. It's harder to break in for new, smaller, local or regional processors, producers, others. We also found a range of hidden fees and pricing practices that give us a lot of concern. That might be raising costs on consumers or making it hard for new entrants to come into the market.
Green adds USDA will soon look at potential regulatory approaches to assure fair and competitive markets.
And that incumbents can compete fairly, and the new entrants have a real fair shot.
I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
The markets are next.
AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio is your Medicaid plan for more benefits, more rewards. We know that good health means more than just seeing a doctor when you're sick. Eligible members can receive extras like home-delivered meals and family essentials, like baby carriers and kids' school supplies. Members can even earn rewards for playing mobile health trivia games. Learn more at AmeriHealthCaritasoh.com and call the Ohio Medicaid Consumer Hotline at 1-800-324-8680 to choose AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio.
Those long days in a tractor cab can really put a cramp in your body. So while refueling or refilling your equipment, walk around the tractor a few times or do a few head-to-toe stretching exercises. When fatigue does set in, that's when injuries and mistakes happen. Know when it's time to take a break and recharge. Let's make sure everyone gets home safe and sound. This message from the Ohio AgNet, OSU Extension Ag Safety and Health Team, and this station.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, December corn 401 1/4 down 7, March corn 417 1/2 down 7 1/4, November soybeans 991 down a nickel, January beans 1003 1/2 down 8, July wheat 616 1/2 down 8 1/4. At the Mercantile Exchange, October cattle 186.72 down $1.52. December hogs 75.22 down 57 cents. November feeder cattle 246.47 down $3.10. This is the Ohio AgNet.